Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour and welcome back to the World Series 2021. We are through to the quarterfinals, I believe. Yeah, quarterfinals. The first of its kind, and after I've cast this replay set here today, we are fully up to date. There are no more games taking place as of me saying these words. So yeah, we're fully up to date. We've got Google against Roll. It looks like we're kicking things off with the USA Mirror on Arctic Lagoon. Up in the north, we have Roll with the red USA Vanilla. Down in the south, we've got Google, or Googly, as he likes to call himself, with the pink USA Vanilla as well. Looking like a one supply build order from both players. Google maybe not going to go for a drop. Roll is the one actually going for the drop. And Google at the moment looks like he's just outright copying Xcal's build order, which is 3 missile defenders and 2 rangers. And if the enemy goes for a drop, then you do not drop yourself. A little bit late of a laser lock there from Google, which I'm surprised about. Would like to have seen the laser lock. But either way, I'm pretty sure that Chinook there is going to take some damage. Goes to this move in there. Action packed straight away here on Arctic Lagoon in this USA Mirror. Ooh. It's actually hiding that dozer. Laser lock comes in on here on this dozer, and these rangers here will be able to clear this up. I don't know why he's force fire on the ground over there. Bit of a mistake there, I think, from Roll, but Roll is actually not collecting on this Chinook right now. Google has saved his dozer. Very, very action-paced so far. It looked action-paced from, or fast-paced from our point of view, but no doubt in the players' heads there, and what we can see, the players' hands on the keyboard, probably a little bit frantic there, because I don't think Google meant to put his dozer inside the Chinook. I think that might have been a misclick. So yeah, very, very frantic few seconds opening up here. Now I've got Roll collecting on 2 Chinooks. First V here moving out for Google. Roll is already in the main base now with a V of his own. He's only got 1 missile defender inside it there. The V over here has gone down there from Google. There's another V over here though. This V here is going to repair, and that range there probably going to kill that missile defender, but there's already a V here, and that dozer there of Google is going to go down. So Google is hunted very, very quick, but Google also has a V here harassing these Chinooks, and Roll's not going to be able to collect very much. So yeah, very, very scrappy, literally first couple of minutes here on Arctic Lagoon. First V here. Well, Google's still roaming around the base of Roll. Missile defenders here. Could get the laser lock on this weak one if he is paying attention. He's not at the moment. Laser lock on this V here. Yeah, Roll. Is he going to keep collecting or not? Like, if you put that Chinook back there, these missile defenders can just move in. There is a V moving down the middle here for Google. Does go Lodo from the laser lock there. And Google now realized about these missile defenders. He's also chilling back here. Is he upgrading the tow for the Vs? And Roll has been defeated. Very, very quick first game. Less than 4 minutes. Not the quickest one in the world. We have seen, I think we saw a 1 minute... Did we see a 1 minute 54 or 1 minute 44 before? But either way, it's still very, very quick. And 1-0 there from Google. Just a bit of history between these two. I think Google is massively positive against Roll. I don't think he's ever lost a set against him. So I think Google definitely the favorite here. Very, very tough opponent to take down. Expert level, very, very hard indeed. But Roll keeps claiming that he wants to be in the top 8 players. And so therefore, you would imagine he would at least be able to get a good win here against Google, or at least make it super, super close. If you want to be considered top 8, you've got to at least make it close, at least take a good few wins. But that win there went to Google, but it was very scrappy. It could have gone either way. But yeah, GG, on to the next. So jumping into the next game, I've got Google down in the south with the China tank in the pink. Up in the north, we've got Roll with the USA Air Force in the red. So yeah, we are coming down to the last 8 players now. Whoever gets eliminated here will leave just 7 players remaining. So far we have Size, we have Fargo, we have Xcal, Reznov, Vivid, Shay, and then these two. So yeah, let me know in the comments, who is your favorite to win? Who do you think is going to win? Do we have a World Series potential winner here? I think Google might have the level to win it. He's playing very, very good at the moment. He only recently, in the last couple of weeks, beat XCal in a very, very close best of 13. But will he be able to reproduce that if he does get through to the finals? I mean, let's not count Roll out just yet. It is only 1-0. And there is a no eco here from Roll. This might be a chance to get himself on the scoreboard, because no eco, we've seen it work quite often against Tank recently in recent sets, recent challenges. But sending this dozer forward like that is a straight giveaway that this is a no eco, and obviously you've seen this V here as well. So straight away the trucks here are going to be hammered, and this one here is going to escape. This dozer's being focused down by the Gats at the moment. And I think Roll is doing the right thing, picking off the trucks here early on to prevent the Gat numbers from getting up too high. But yeah, he only killed one truck. Even though that last one's low, he still hasn't killed it, so... So yeah, so far this is looking pretty good. The micro here from Roll is very, very decent indeed. These two Gats here are very, very low. And this outpost is going to go down for sure. But it's going to at least slow down the Vs, because that one now needs to repair a bit. But the Google needs to save these two Gats, like, very desperately. Because they're just, like, free kills waiting to happen. Yeah, Roll's micro so far has been 100% on point. He's preparing another V back here. But the problem is you don't want to get stuck too long engaging that one gap, because whilst it's repairing there, it's not going to go down very, very easy. It is taking some damage on these Vs, but so far the Gat numbers have been kept down to about 3 or so. That V there is in danger of going down, so that's the one you want to keep back. You want to take the damage on this one, if any. But yeah, Google's in a bad way. He's got a sneaky... Oh, he's got a sneaky flame around the back. Did not see that. That could cause Roll some kind of problems. I think the trick is usually to pay less attention to your base, especially when there's a Gat there. If it kills your two Chinooks, then so what? It does not matter, because you're going to win with these. Your Chinook's not going to win you the game. These are going to win you the game. And now he's got a third V there as well. Looking very, very hard for Google. I think we're looking at a 1-1. But it all comes down to this Flamer. What is that Flamer going to do? It's going to kill these two buildings, yes, sure. But is it going to distract Roll so much that he loses these Vs? I don't think so. Flamer has caused good damage. Roll has got one more dozer, so he's able to build a new power. I don't think it really matters. It's got another war factory going up here for Google, but it's going to produce real slow. Because the power plant has just gone down, so that's going to build insanely slow. Just look how slow that is going. Usually that would build at twice the speed. Got another dozer over here trying to rebuild the power. I would say, you know, you don't need all 3 Vs over there, and Google has been defeated. Well played there from Roll. We are looking like this could be a close set. The micro there was really on point. Yes, he lost them couple of buildings to the sneaky flame around the back, but that couldn't really be helped unless you were 100% paying attention there, which I don't recommend. I recommend you just focus on the no eco. So yeah, I think Roll played that close to flawless. I mean, units destroyed. Google only killed one, and what even was that? Was that the dozer? I think it was the dozer. So yeah, his XP should be what, virtually 0 or exactly 0. So yeah, GG, 1-1. Okay, so jumping into game number 3, we've got Google up in the north with the USA Air Force in the pink. Down in the south, we have Roll with the China tank in the red. Are we also going to see a no eco here? Certainly shaping up to be like that. You see what I said in one of the last sets? I can't remember which one it was exactly. It was Asus against Fargo. You are seeing the no eco happen so often. I mean, it used to happen always a little bit, but generally people would mess it up or it wouldn't be that effective. So yeah, people would do it less. But since XCal's return, he has been doing it a hell of a lot and made it a lot more popular. And now you're seeing it, yeah, again. Here from Google. To be honest, I think it's the best strat, because if you play normal here and the Gats like get tucked behind here or whatever, against the Air Force, you don't have any tanks as Air Force. So yeah, tank can surely do well. It's not impossible. You can get like fire bases here. But I mean, if you're confident in your micro being perfect, then there should be no way really any V should go down. The only thing you've got to watch out for is just getting distracted in your base, like we mentioned in the previous game. So Google is not going to reveal his no eco just yet. He's not actually sending that lone V forward. He's actually going to wait for the next one. So Roll right now, has he been waypoint scouting? Does he know this is a no eco? He has made an outpost and a GAT as the first units, which typically tends to be the units of choice nowadays. Should take down the drone. I think he might know it's no eco, you know, because he is sending his units back. Roll is already getting a prop, and the V's are already moving in. First GAT there goes down so quick. You see what I mean about this no eco? As long as you're confident in the micro, which Google's got amazing micro, as long as you're remotely confident in it. That V there going a little bit low. Needs to be careful you don't get stuck against the terrain here. But Google so far has moved out of the way in time. And yeah, quite a few GATs have gone down already. Bit of damage done on this war factory, but the prop is already up. So now if an ECM comes out of there, you'd imagine without any GAT support, because all the GATs have been killed, and the no eco should be able to kill the ECM. One dozer there goes down, one truck is going down. It looks like the supply here will go down as well. But yeah, if one ECM comes out now, which is not, I don't understand why that's not. He's got one from here. Yeah, now he should have an easier time, because he has got a few GATs. And an ECM, but the problem is there's another attack coming down on this left-hand side. So I think this one here will just provide the distraction, and then these Vs will just come in, and they're probably going to kill what? They're probably going to kill those two things and this dozer. Has Roll seen it? Has Roll seen it? He's sending units in that direction. I don't know if that's just preemptively or not. He almost disables a V. One truck goes down so far. Some mines on that propaganda center right now would be pretty decent, but the prop is taking damage. They're not very full Vs, these ones down in the corner, so not going to be that strong, not as strong as the no eco. But I would like to see Google finish the prop. He does finish the prop. The problem is the ECM here without the GAT. Okay, missile defenders unload. Google's still roaming around. So yeah, I think these Vs are doomed now, and it might take one more GAT with them, maybe. No, everything does get cleared up. So I think Roll has probably handled it as best as you can hold a no eco. And now he's applying pressure here, and Google is under pressure, that is for sure. But the ECM has been taken out there because it was locked onto the ambulance. That's a big mistake there from Roll. I think he might have just thrown his chance away. Needed to keep the micro of that ECM going. Needed to keep that going, and you maybe could have won the game right there, because that's all that Google has, is just those few Vs. So yeah, you might have just blown your chance. I still think there is a chance, because he's now got this army. But the problem is, the Vs will just go for the counter-attack. It's alright them GATs go into the base, and even if they kill the dozers, kill them Chinooks, they need to kill the buildings, and GATs take ages to kill the buildings. So Google's trying to get in. He's got search and destroy now. He is level 2, so there will be a carpet bomb. Prop is being rebuilt. Did forget about that. So yeah, there'll be no more ECMs. Apart from that one. No chain guns just yet. Carpet bomb comes in, and that is going to be a magnificent one. Takes out the power, takes out the 2 trucks, and the supply. One V has gone down, but ECM has been picked off yet again. And I think that could be it, you know. I think that's it. I don't know if Roll's just given up or not, because he's just got gas just chilling. Okay, he is still here. He's still building a power plant. Search and destroy V's now with carpet. He's actually level 3, Google this. With that V getting picked off, there is only one V, one ambulance remaining. But the V back here is picking off the last dozer. One of the... Oh, baby. That was actually looking okay for Roll at times. I think in terms of the best way to hold the no eco, I think Roller's kind of got it nailed. But like going for the fast prop, getting the ECMs out, as soon as those ECMs are out, then the no eco is a lot weaker. But his problem was when he went in for that main attack before, he didn't keep the ECM moving. He kept it locked onto a V, and then he lost it. And then he easily lost the next 3 gats. You need to keep that ECM behind. You need to keep it protected. Always use protection. And yeah, that's the reason he lost that, I think. I think overall it was a decent try, but just sometimes you need to just do it ultra perfect. Everything needs to be perfection. So yeah, 2-1 for Google. Okay, moving on to the next game. We've got Google up in the north, the planet Koyon. And he is with the DoMiNaToR in the pink color down in the south. We've got super weapon for Roll. He is playing with the red color. Now, as standard with planet Koyon, we'll of course check on the cow. I think on a recent video, someone called it an ox. And I always thought, I mean, forgive me if I'm stupid here, but I always thought an ox was a different animal. But apparently, if you've got a male cow and it's trained in a specific way to like pull loads of heavy stuff, then it is an ox. So an ox is a cattle. They're all cattle. Cow is a female. Yeah, so I thought it was a completely different animal, to be honest. And I actually thought it was black color, but shows that I am wrong. So yeah, whether it's you ever call it an ox or a cow, whatever. We got a dose drop here from Roll, stopping this early tunnel in the middle, but there is a forward tunnel going to go up from Google on this right-hand side, you would imagine. Tech RPG will be able to finish this off, definitely, because you'll be able to secure these buildings, and that tunnel is probably guaranteed to get up. So the right side tunnel will be denied, but there is a worker just simply walk into the middle tunnel and we'll get that finished. I'm pretty sure Roll will not be able to stop that in time. He has gone for the box style base over here on this right hand side. But does he want to put a missile defender inside of there? I would say he probably does, because if a tech RPG gets inside of there, you've probably lost the game based on just that. There is a TNT in the base though, but this is a terror attack. You notice how he spread the terrorists around there so they don't kill each other. It actually causes the TNT to fail, spreads them around. And meanwhile, there's actually another one over here, but no terrorists inside of this one just yet, it seems. That was actually still loaded with RPGs and actually picks off one unit there. So there's 2 Vs remaining. But you would imagine, just with even that little bit of damage done, with the supply going down, he's picked off a V. He's delaying him more and more because these Vs need to be repaired. So, yeah, just based on that, the Tox is already controlling the game. He's now able to get more and more technicals out. He's even upgrading to a 3rd supply. Is that a little bit too soon, though, the 3rd supply? Is it better to get a few more tunnels up? A bit more aggression? Maybe, but already you're seeing Google take the lead here. Rangers there do get picked off, and we've got a technical now pushing down this right-hand side. Now, if that's a TNT with like 3 terrorists in it, that will be good. Because you can hit the barracks, hit the dozer inside. But actually, he's just going for the war factory instead. Now, that is greedy because there was a chance that wouldn't hit, and he didn't hit because the Vs were there in order to stop one terrorist. You just stop one terrorist, it doesn't hit. Some people I've seen, even with demo, they're bringing like 4 terrorists, or even with Tox, they're bringing like 4 terrorists. It does take 3 terrorists to kill the war factory. Okay, Tech RPG brought a Rebel though, which is smart because now you can clear that. But these Vs are already pushed across the map and dealing with the arms dealer. But There's a load of technicals here, and 1V is going to get picked off. The missile defenders inside of there get picked off as well. But the arms dealer is under threat. This rebel rather, will clear this out. Google is on double arms dealer. But one of them has gone down, so now a single. Ooh, it's a TNC, but yeah, nobody's TNC is quite as fast as Boyka's. Technicals surrounding these Vs, and they might get one. No, they don't, actually. So yeah, Google is in a little bit of trouble here, and that's a little bit worrying, you would think, for him. Because although he's causing economic damage over here, his arms dealers going down here is not looking good for him. And you got to remember, he's Tox against super weapon. You would imagine Tox should be winning here, so Google is under quite a bit of pressure. He has a bit of new arms dealer over here on the right side. There's another load of Vs coming now. If they join up group with that group, then I'm struggling to see a way Google can get back into this. He's losing his barracks here. That's what I mean about that super fast third supply before. That means you skimp out on more aggression. Your second arms dealer is later. You've got less tunnels out because you've upgraded that faster supply. You may think it's only 1,500, but then you've got to invest in all them workers, and it's money out of your bank. Sure, it's going to pay for itself eventually, but it's going to take a couple of minutes for it to pay for itself. Google maybe realizing he's lost his base and going in for the counter-attack. That might be the way to win, actually. So I think he is going to take down all the units here. There's a lack of units here for roll. That is a prime example why you need to drop down the fire base. If he was a top 8 player, you would see a fire base built there. And he's also left a hole in the box. The dozer cannot get out. Oh, baby. How the hell did that get out? Well, well, well. This is the scrappiest game I've seen in a while. How that dozer escaped on 0% HP when it couldn't actually get out of the box, I have no idea. Roll continuing his rampage. If I was Roll, I think setting up camp over here would be a decent idea, but I'm not sure how full that bunker is. Yeah, Roll... I think he'd be happy to take this fight with the technicals, but there's still quite a few. You just need to take a decent engagement, just not lose many Vs. There's an extra supply going up here for Google. Okay, this is like the weirdest, or let's not say weirdest, let's say coolest Tox versus super weapon I've seen in a hell of a long time. Well, barracks going up here now. He's now protecting the CC. Roll is not level... Oh, yeah, he is level 3, actually. So if he finishes that CC, you can then start using the support powers. You could get another barracks, get some pathfinders, and suddenly he is in a really good position, I think. You can also go over here when Google finishes that. Just go in and clear it again. That's a massive loss then for Google. But you've got to wait for that CC to finish, and it is going to finish 100%. A Spectre gunship going to be used now. Roll did lose one strong V, and he almost lost the second one, so he does want to be careful, because if you start not preserving those units, then yeah, when it comes down to the big battle after, you could end up losing the game. Very nice Spectre there, by the way. And then extra supply being built here from Roll. It all comes back to that fire base. He would not be in this situation if there was a fire base dropped down in his base before he moves out. You see all the top players are doing that at the moment. They're dropping down a fire base and then moving out. But today here, we did not see that from Roll. Sure, it can still be countered. The TNT can be brought in and still take out the fire base, and you can still overwhelm them, but at least the fire base would be there. And I don't think Google brought in a TNT for a fire base. So his base would be in a lot better position now. But yeah, Google's got his back against the wall, but I think you're seeing here why he is such a good player, because his base has been completely wrecked, but he's still in the middle. He's expanded over here. He's still making things work, and these Vs here moving in. 2 Vs did go down there. 1 technical gone down. Will Google turn and take the fight here? He is losing things at the moment. Google might just take that fight. Yeah, it wins that one. Another technical there does fall. Google has come in and picked off the dozer. Almost killed both of them buildings as well. I think he's gone for the double there, hasn't he? Or he's gone for... I don't quite know what he's gone for there. Okay, War Factory down here now has been sold, indicating Roll needs the money. Economy at the moment is quite a bit better for Google because he's actually building a third supply and Roll is just on one. He does have a few Chinooks though, so they could be collecting from different piles, like mainly back in his base. He's got one there, idle, one there, idle, and then he's got 3 over here. Yeah, like, I don't understand why those two are just chilling there. Just don't understand that. Okay, he's dropped us some ranges, but is he getting the capture upgrade? Yeah, he's getting the capture upgrade. Ooh, Tox Rebel ambush and Roll turned away at the very wrong moment. Oh, baby. Why did Roll not keep going through the ambush and run them all over and run away? Why did he turn away, leave the rebels to do the damage and then turned into the technicals? Why did he do that? I feel that was a wasted game there for Roll because he was in all kinds of decent positions to win it. If it had just fixed a few things, if it had literally done those 3 things, Firebase had them Chinooks collecting rather than just sitting idle or having 3 on one supply when you only need 2. And number 3, I actually forgot what number 3 was. What was number 3? Oh yeah, run over the rebels. At that last minute, he turned away from the rebels. He should have ran through the rebels, and he probably would have lost just 1 V or something like that. And or it would have at least been better than just losing every single V, put it that way. So if he changed a few things there, but yeah, unfortunately, to be in the top 8 or top 10 or whatever you want to be, rather than talking about it on the forums and whatever, you need to be actually displaying it. And those 3 mistakes there, unfortunately, in the top 8 or top 10, you would not be seeing those kind of things. So yeah, but ultimately, you're seeing why Google is such a beast. Got his whole base wrecked, but still came back to win. So yeah, GG. Well played. 3-1 is the score. So jumping into the reverse, we've got Google down in the south with a super weapon in the pink. Up in the north, we've got Roll with the Gilet Tox in the red. I wonder here, you know, if my GLA 1 supply 5 tunnels with 3 fully loaded techs, I wonder if that build order here would work. Just as like a one-off to rush in against super weapon really, really early, but I think Google probably would react to it. Yeah, probably pretty decently with a couple of barracks and a 5 ace is probably the correct way to deal with it. Yeah, so just wonder if a sneaky all-in would work because these 2 supplies here for the Tox are quite far apart. It does take a while for you to get there. So yeah, there's a drop here from Google. Terrorist a little bit out of position and it does get killed, but he's taken how many workers is that? 3 or 2? 2 or 3 workers, I think 2. But then the terrorist has gone down as well. So that's 600 loss for a 1000 dozer. But you could say that second dozer there at the moment is, well, for the next few minutes actually is actually useless. As long as you got 1, you're kind of okay. But Google has not boxed in anything, by the way, so he is susceptible definitely to a dozer hunt. The first unit from Google is actually an ambulance, so can we see if Roll can see this? He can't actually. We know there's an ambulance here. I wonder if you can see things getting crushed.
A warrior has fallen.
I don't think you can actually. Here's the ambulance. Okay, supply goes down, but at the same time, he's not only that dozer kill a load of workers, also this ambulance has come in and killed all the workers again. And there's only 4 workers collecting over here. So economic damage done on both sides. You will hide in the dozer back here. I like that. I like that. Because if you haven't got the new GUI, you'd only just be able to see that dozer, I think. If the old GUI came to like there. Sometimes the map doesn't let you scroll all the way down. Luckily here in the observer mode it is, but sometimes it gets locked like there, doesn't it? And then in case you wouldn't be able to see the dozer. Google looks like he's going for the org cap. Tech RPG push on this right side, and Google's not going to be able to collect for the next couple of minutes, you would imagine. Two Vs and an ambulance push out 3 minutes against the Tox. A little bit brave, I think, because if those tech RPGs turned around, I'm pretty sure Roll could win that fight. Yeah, so should Roll be going back to his base sooner, and should he be bringing those RPGs? You want to be at least bringing 3 of them, I'd say. Maybe leave 1 there. Okay, fair enough. But Roll here at the minute looks a little bit hesitant. What the hell is he doing? There's only 2 Vs there back in your base. You're Tox. Okay, they're pretty full. That's got 3 and that's got 4. But now you've let him kill your base. Now it's getting veterancy. So now they're becoming harder and harder to kill. Roll expanding to the mid. Still collecting only on 4 workers over there. Tech RPG. I don't know if that's unloaded a bit prematurely because the V does escape. Google has 1 oil. But Google's not able to collect at the moment, so maybe that's why Roll hung around there. Because Google's literally not able to collect. So I think if you're not able to take this fight with the Vs now, because that's a vet 3 now, you've only got 3 technicals out. So I think now is the time where you can say, okay, fuck the Vs. Now I'm going to go in the base, find the last dozer, because you know you've already killed 1. This way you go for the base trade, just like Google did in the previous game. He realized he couldn't take the fight, so he takes the battle to where he can win the fight. So yeah, and those technicals should have probably gone to the production, but yeah, ultimately, GG, well played. Looking like a pretty dominant performance so far from the Google. It's 4-1 so far. Okay, jumping into the next game, we've got Google up in the north with the China infantry in the pink. Down in the south, we've got Roll with the China infantry as well. So it's an infantry mirror. And they have gone in and out. So they know their army and they've had a few minutes to think about their build order. Are we going to see a helix here? I have a feeling at least one of them is going to do a helix. I did see a quick barracks from both. So it could be a helix. Could be an airfield planet there. Could be an airfield planet there. I have a feeling it is, you know. I have a feeling. The war factory. Oh, and an airfield. So is that going to be MiGs then, or is it going to be a helix? Tank Hunter sent over to the right by Google, and then Minigunner over to the left. So yeah, from Google, it's going to be MiGs. That's what it's going to be. I think you could treat this a little bit like rock, paper, scissors, because if you're going to do Google's build and go for the MiGs, I think if the infantry did 2 spies, 2 war factories, and just spammed loads of outposts and loads of flamers, then that would be the perfect counter. But yeah, the problem is, with rock, paper, scissors, you don't know what the opponent's going to do. Unless you probably watched hundreds of the opponent's replays. How many times does he go MiGs and inframirror? Are you going to remember that? I suppose that's what they do if you watch professional football. Not that I watch loads, but I always hear when it goes to penalty shootout, they whack out their notebook to show where if a player A is going to go and take his shot, they'll look out the notebook and see where does he normally shoot, and he normally shoots 80% of his shots normally go top left corner. So then you're probably going to dive to the top left corner. So yeah, interestingly, 1 oil there captured by Roll, and 2, and Google has only got 1. But I think if you're going to do single full outpost like this, well, it's not full actually, but if you are going to go outpost, then I think the MiGs do counter that. So if you're going to do War Factory Barracks, I think the MiGs counter that. But I think if you're going to do MiGs, and I think 2 War Factories would counter it, like some flamers straight to the oils to deny those, and then just overwhelm him in the base with this pure spam, because the MiGs take a while to reload. Okay, prop being built by Roll on this right-hand side, and Google is now switching into outpost. There's an outpost here actually chilling for Roll. It's empty though. Flamer here has taken down that oil from Google. MiG's now in play for Roll. Very nice hit there on the minigunners, but the minigunners weren't X'd, they weren't spread out. And they're also not even shooting back in the MiGs, that's not being controlled at all. So that's a $2,400 unit wasted there from Roll. Got Google pushing on this left-hand side, and the MiGs take out an empty outpost. Google is smart enough to have evac'd all of his stuff already. But I think the next load of MiGs from Roll here should be able to clear that up. Just take out the tank hunter. Sorry, just take out the minigunner and then send your own minigunners in, and it'll clear all of that up. Roll taking full control in the mid. So yeah, just with the minigunners in here, I should imagine that will clear that out. No napalm yet from either player. Lotus gets found. It's a $1,500 unit, but the MiGs come in. Ooh. I think if the assault troop crawler sits still, the MiGs kill it. But I think if it's on the move like that, then it doesn't always kill it. So I think you need 3 MiGs to make sure. But yeah, didn't he lose 1 MiG there as well as the Lotus, and he's going to fully load this bunker as well. So that'll make it near impossible to fly the MiGs anywhere near that side now. You're probably going to want to send a flamer over there. Google at the meanwhile. Still got his MiGs, no napalm just yet. Flamer heading into this left-hand side. Flamer heading towards the mid to clear this out, and Roll has an extra supply. There is a Lotus here as well, and that Flamer is going to go down. Napalm is now in play for Roll, but not for Google just yet. But again, Roll is not shooting back with these minigunners. It's just, there's always just on the move. Not even sure what happened there. Was that the Lotus? Yeah, it was the Lotus. Oh, no, wait. Maybe it was a minigunner. 1 or 2 minigunners there. Okay, so Google's going to wait for those MiGs to land, and then he's going to go for the capture. That will be painful. Is he going to capture it now, or is he going to wait for all of them? Because if those MiGs take off now, they might still be able to stop the Lotus. Roll's dropping down a bunker here. Yeah, Google not using that Lotus just yet. I think it's wise to wait for them all to be reloading and then go for the capture, and you probably will kill every single MiG. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, man. Oh. I still think that was a bit premature, but maybe it had been detected. I don't know. We're sending an assault troop crawler back there. But yeah, he's losing MiGs anyway just from flying over the army that I think he saw. There is a Lotus back here. Maybe he's controlling that. MiGs come in from Google. Take out this little garrison at the front. I think the Dozer there will go down as well. Does go down. There's a lot of minigunners here from Roll. But his supply in the mid there does go down. I imagine it's paid for itself, but probably only just. So let's do 3k from it, but he spent 2.1k on the supply. Nice MiG damage there. I think that assault troop crawler will go down, and then Roll will be able to come in and clean this up. But will he, though? Actually, an empty assault troop crawler. There's another airfield here. But the outpost now is on top of it, and this is looking like a really dominating performance again from Google. At no point really was he under any major pressure. Lotus there has captured the war factory, it looks like. That army there is going to get cleared up, but the carpet and the artillery is already on the way, and that's probably going to be what? On the oil or between these buildings? Yeah, it's going to be between those buildings. That is really, really painful. I think the oil is a nice target as well, though, but whilst you got free air superiority with the MiGs, I think you can just fly over there and pick that off yourself. I think the carpet and artillery did a really good job there with the splash damage from the carpet. Did a really, really nice damage, but is Roll hunted now? I think he is, actually. And does Google realize he's hunted? Possibly does. Really nice defense roll with a basically big final push here. This is the bulk of the army. But what will he be able to get done against all of these MiGs? Even just these MiGs alone will be hard enough. Never mind with this ground army here from Google as well. But it still is a big stream of units coming across. Tank Hunter, Assault Troop Crawler. It's basically one huge push to try and get the win done now. But he's on a time limit because Google will have the carpet and artillery on cooldown. He's very, very close to level 4, indicating he will have mines. Now he's level 4, so he's got mine drop now as well. So yeah, it's looking pretty painful here for Roll. Where's the mine drop going to be? Maybe there would be nice. Okay, MiGs coming through. Does target the Assault Troop Crawler, but one MiG there does go down. I think Google needs to go into super survival mode. Because this big push here from Roll is actually not doing so bad. There's another Assault Troop Crawler here. MiGs trying to get what work done they can. Roll is continuing this push from this power plant here, might go down. But the MiGs here have not been used, I don't think, there. I think that's pressure from Roll is forcing Google to make the mistakes. He's not actually used his MiGs. Here comes the mine drop, I think. Potentially a little bit late, and potentially not needed right there, right then, because he had minigunners against tank hunters. Here's a flamer from Roll. Assault Troop Crawler gets bust open. This is better targeting now with the minigunners. I think now he feels the pressure Roll. He's playing a little bit better, focusing more on the units and focusing killing their MiGs. Very, very nice indeed. He's continuing the spam. We've got a tank hunter here, and he's actually out of cash there, Roll. So yeah, GG. Well played. 5-1 is the score. Okay, moving on to the next game, we have a tank for Google down at the bottom right of Sand Scorpion with the pink color. Up in the top left, we've got GLA Stealth with the green color Roll. So yeah, tank v stealth. I haven't seen too many of that on this map, to be fair. I've not seen many of that at all. Yeah, I think usually I give tank a really good chance, but here, like you would imagine stealth just has to hold the choke points. And you also imagine stealth has got a better chance of getting this because you send a sneaky hijack area early and then followed by a TNT or something like that, and you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to get this area, I think. So Google's going for 2 quick war factories then into his second supply. And that's not an outpost. I think that is a flamer. But will there be a hijacker? He's got a terrorist entering the base, but there is a gap there. Pretty sure Google can see that. Can see it. Where is that terrorist going? I would like to see it tucked down here behind the fog of war and then sneak in rather than just go straight to the war factory. Technical out. The tech RPG does some damage to that gap. But yeah, no hijacker, no terrorist, no anything on this left-hand side. Not even a tunnel on this left-hand side. Okay, is now a hijacker out. That gat there does go down. Terrorist hits. Ooh, gat on the war factory. Did not expect that. So yeah, maybe that technical now can get a super tech status, maybe? Flamer entering the base here of Roll. No super tech by the looks of things, but Roll is losing one of his supplies. That is big bad news. But this tunnel here is going to be bad news for Google as well, because he's just building that supply, and you would imagine that's going to be harassed very, very quick. But will Roll be even able to kill this Flamer? He has to kill it. He can't just leave it there chilling, because it will cause all kinds of problems. So he has to take the fight. He does lose his technical and a few RPGs, but either way, he does clear it up. Nobody's gone for their oils just yet, and there is a few RPGs already here harassing these trucks just as they have been built. It's going to be hard for Google now to deal with that. Yeah, I think he realizes how hard that's going to be. He's going to lose that supply, so he might as well sell it. Don't want to give any XP and veterancy to Roll for free. Google places a beacon on the tunnel over here, and Roll has got a nice wrap around. Yeah, Roll is literally at all entrances right in Google's face. So even though he's lost that supply, actually looking kind of okay. Flamer here probably will kill that tunnel. Got another beacon from Google. Google is making some Battlemasters. This Flamer here going to cause some good damage. Yeah, kills a few RPGs, kills the bunker. Quite a few quads there. I think 3 quads went down in total. Roll now going for his oils. He's got a 3rd supply in the mid. So, I mean, if he gets them 3 oils, that will be super good. Yeah, I just like... Although that sneaky tunnel there was pretty good, I think he's quite lucky that got up in the first place. I'm just surprised at the lack of tunnel here. Lack of hijacker here in the beginning. Lack of a TNT on a war factory that's almost probably... Sorry, almost going to be definitely here. I'm just surprised at that a little bit. But... Can't take anything away from him. He's got control of the mid. He's looking like he will get some oils. But the problem is, if Google takes all of this island here, how the hell are you going to push back and take it back? That's going to be super difficult. And also, Flame is through here soon. It's going to be very problematic for this supply, for example. And yeah, also securing this oil is going to be problematic. So yeah, I think Roll's just lucky to get that tunnel up. So I'm just surprised at the lack of attempt in the beginning. No early tunnel there, no hijacker, no terrorists. He's going to lose 1 oil because this army keeps pushing in. Google's now on 4 supplies, but this one's just mined out actually, so that's now 3. If we were going to find tiny holes in Google's play, he shouldn't have made a second truck there. He should have pulled that one and put it over there. And he also has 4 over here, so he could have used those as well. But either way, I think Google's in a really strong position. I think Roll's not in a bad position. He's making a palace. He does have this oil over here. That oil has gone down. Yeah, that's what I mean. Just 1 flamer, see? Just had to sell that supply just from 1 flamer from this side. Google loves these flamers, doesn't he? He really does. The flamer there will go down. And Google continues the pressure here in the mid. So Roll's going to be reliant on getting that palace up, getting Jean-Michel, getting battle buses. Battle buses is going to be his key. Google not on any oils just yet. But he is amassing quite a big army here and making the CC. He's got his Lotus out, gets the reinforcement platform. And now he might actually move in and just completely circle this middle position. And then Roll will literally have this, that you can see on screen, plus a few other tunnels. Oh, it's just one tunnel there. That's all he's going to have very soon. So there is a rebel here from Roll, providing a little bit of a scout. It'd be good if it goes a little bit deeper in the base, then you'll see the mix. Roll still has control of this middle oil, but there is a Lotus head in there. And Google is circling this base here. Supply there being sold, a little bit of extra cash there for Roll. And yeah, he's definitely going to need a battle bus very, very quick. Looking very, very good here for Google. Okay, 2 battle buses out so far, and quads. We've got artillery now from Google. And these battle buses actually causing a little bit of a problem, but one of them has been picked off there. Artillery hits the base. And Roll has been defeated. So GG, well played. Google extends his lead to 6-1. I've actually just realized I made a mistake there. It's actually supposed to be a best of 13. So there is one more game left for Google to get. And Roll is in still with a chance. So he needs to win the next, 6 games in a row in order to come back. So let's move on to the next. So jump into the next game. I've got Google up in the top left with the GLA Stealth in the pink. Down in the bottom right, we have Roll with the China tank in the green. So yeah, we've seen Google win with the tank already. So can Roll now convert this to a victory? I think this left-hand side was key for Google to win. That was his whole entrance to the base. He denied this oil. He sent a flamer through here, cleared these buildings, and helped him clear that entire mid, basically. So yeah, as I always say on this map, ever since like 10 years ago, actually, when I was making tutorials, actually, I'll always say this: whoever gets this usually wins the game. Because if you have a look how much is on your main, 30k, you have a look here, 30k, then you have a look here, 30k. So if you get those two there, you've got double what's on your main. Now, of course, this map, Sand Scorpion, is based on the old Sand Serpent. These crates here didn't used to exist. But there is only about 10k there, and you spend 2.1 on this supply, so it does change the dynamic a little bit. There's an extra like 8k profit to be had. However, still, you can't deny that this left-hand side is so important. So straight away here, you're seeing Google with a quicker tunnel here. He's also got a really aggressive tunnel over here. I did not expect that. Is Roll going to see that? Or is that just out of vision? Oh, he is going to see it, but he can only just see it on the edge of the fog. He has seen it. He is going to deny it. That's annoying there for Google. If it had been in the corner, I guarantee that would have gotten up. But whether it would have lasted long or not, because one flamer would have been able to clear it anyway, is debatable. We've got 2 supplies for Google. War Factory Barracks. Just dropped off a hijacker, taking a flamer here. This is more or less what I expected before. Maybe even a hijacker and a TNT, or hijacker tech RPG, something like that. So yeah, the flamer there getting captured. I did expect that before as well. Flamer here is going to probably take down this tunnel. I don't know if the tunnel will even finish, actually. Tech RPG continues its rampage. And is he going to get a super tech there? Is Roll going to scrap deny? He does scrap deny, but he's also losing this oil to a flamer that Google has captured. But the flamer's not finished the oil. What is Google doing? Tech RPG once again moves in. And another unit there does fall. He's got a Vet 3 unit now. But this flamer continues the push. Don't tell me this flamer is going to end Roll here. That tunnel's going to go down. But yeah, you've got this flamer to deal with. Oh, baby. He's selling the War Factory. Okay, lucky for Roll, he does take it out in time. But yeah, he's lost one truck there as well. If I was Roll, I wouldn't remake that second truck, I don't think, because there's only that many crates left. I don't even think it's worth making the second truck. It was debatable. He's made it anyway. Google now going for the oil capture. Did hear the stealth ability of the Rebel. And he's got a sneaky supply here. Rather than doing like a more forward tunnel first, he's just done a risky third supply. I mean, yeah, Roll's going to need a outpost if he's going to find that. Never scrapped an eye there. And I think this technical will finally go down. It is a super tech now. So yeah, it's a big loss there. With the super tech, you might have just been able to single-handedly win the game. And I think Roll's only on one dozer because he's desperately trying to drop down that CC. So we're all going to apply some pressure at this top position. There is a Rebel heading in that direction. I don't know if this outpost will be in time to detect it or not. A few flamers here are going to clear out the middle. Clears out the middle buildings at least, but one flamer does fall there to the mass quad cannons. Got a tunnel going up here. So yeah, Google should see this now. He's popped one RPG so he can just increase his vision. There is a hijacker out, but there's an outpost there. So yeah, it does get detected and go down, but all of this push here is going to go down as well. Question is, yeah, was that push big enough in the first place to do it just with just like 4 units? Should you have been like focusing on grouping up units and clearing things? Maybe. But either way, he's pushed back Google a little bit in the middle. That tunnel is close to going down. This supply here does go down. It gets cancelled, rather. But yeah, if Google pops his stuff here, will he be able to stop this flamer? I think he might, you know. Yeah, it does. A little bit risky, but it's just one flamer. I think Roll just needs to group a couple more units and then push. Google getting this oil. Google looking really on form, to be fair. Really, really on form. Another tunnel going up here. Palace is already established. Flamer down the mid, but there's 2 tunnels there now because this one has been rebuilt. Got some veterancy here on the quads. Ooh. Quads are bunched up a little bit there, but the flamer still will get cleared. And the... something went down. Was that a Rebel? But he's already got a Rebel here, actually. So yeah, that's an annoying position. Will he be able to finish that flamer with the Rebel? He does. Amazing. Amazing indeed. Okay, that's the plan. He's selling. He is getting this oil now that Google left. That is a mistake, leaving that oil. A few units have gone down there. I don't know if he flamed his own stuff there or not. Google pops all of his units. But everything there from Roll has been stopped. He's got a few tank enters here. But what? Roll has literally no attacking units out. Yeah, he has nothing. GG, well played. 7-1. I did think it was a best of 11, so I apologise for messing that up. But yeah, 7-1, it doesn't affect the result too much. 6-1 or 7-1, the result would have been the same. So yeah, GG. Well played there to Google. Do you think Google's got the possibility to beat either Size or Google and get through to the final? And then do you reckon he's got the possibility to beat either Excal, Reznov, Shea, or Vivid on the other side? I think he has, you know, and I think we might be looking at this year's winner, which is Google. Maybe. So yeah, GG, well played, and see you in the next one.